You finally send that text. The one that took a little courage to type out, where you made yourself vulnerable. You hit send, you wait, and then nothing. They leave you on read, and you feel it immediately. A very specific, dull, heavy weight settling right into the middle of your chest. While that physical feeling takes over, your brain kicks into overdrive, spiraling into a noisy loop of overthinking every word you wrote. Most of us dismiss this feeling. We try to brush it off or listen to people who say that we are just overreacting or simply too sensitive. That tightness in your chest is a direct product of your brain's physical wiring. Looking at the biological reality of how your body processes exclusion changes the perspective on your own responses. That heavy feeling is an active biological feature of the human brain. To see how this works, we can look at a 2003 study from UCLA. Researchers put people inside MRI machines and had them play a simple online ball tossing game. Without warning, the other players stopped passing them the ball, intentionally excluding them from the game. This diagram shows a region deep in the brain called the DACC. Its main job is to process physical pain. When those subjects were left out, their DACC lit up with the exact same intensity. The brain processes both as the exact same threat. Researchers tested this link by giving participants a standard dose of over-the-counter Tylenol before subjecting them to a social rejection experiment. Because the brain uses the same circuitry for both types of pain, the physical painkiller successfully reduced their emotional pain scores. This shared circuitry comes directly from our evolutionary history. For early humans living in harsh environments, isolation was lethal. You could not gather food, defend against predators, or survive the elements alone. Your brain needed a way to guarantee you would stay with your group. So it evolved to treat social rejection like a severe physical wound. The pain was an unavoidable alarm system designed to keep you alive. Your nervous system never actually got an update for the modern world. When someone ignores your text, your brain interprets that silence with the exact same biological panic as being abandoned in the wilderness. This explains the pain, but it leaves an important question. Why does a delayed reply send one person into a complete tailspin, while another person brushes it off without a second thought? Psychologists refer to this difference as rejection sensitivity. If you sit on the higher end of that scale, your brain is likely operating on a learned nervous system calibration. Our nervous systems adapt to our earliest environments. If reaching out brings unpredictable results, the brain stays on high alert, calibrating your internal smoke detector to a maximum threshold. When it triggers over a minor delay, it's doing exactly what it was programmed to do. But running a high-alert scanning protocol constantly in the background requires a massive amount of daily cognitive energy. The mental bandwidth required to process every interaction for potential danger is immense. People with an anxious attachment style often experience deep burnout from what should be basic, low-stakes social interactions. They are running a heavier processing load than those with lower sensitivity. A spiral triggered by a late text represents the heavy, exhausting toll of a nervous system executing a protocol it was specifically trained to perform. Understanding this wiring gives you a specific tool for the next time someone ignores you and that familiar, heavy ache hits your chest. Instead of asking, "What is wrong with me?" you can pause and ask a much more accurate question. What is my nervous system trying to protect me from right now? Labeling the reaction as an overreaction is a judgment. Recognizing it as a response acknowledges the 200,000-year-old survival pattern driving it. Knowing the science won't instantly cure the feeling of rejection, but recognizing the signal for what it is strips the alarm of its power, creating a pocket of mental space between the trigger and your next move. The goal is to use that space to evaluate the real stakes of the situation. You acknowledge the fear of abandonment, and then you stop an ancient evolutionary alarm from dictating your modern social decisions. You are wired to survive, a realization that changes everything about how you see yourself. If you want to keep exploring the hidden mechanics driving your mind and your daily life, be sure to subscribe.